the Skit Guys Podcast, starring Tommy Woodard and Eddie James. And now, put your ears together for the Skit Guys.
Ooh, hey, thanks for joining us this week. We've got some great stuff planned that we're excited to share with you because we do life with you guys. So thanks for being a part of this. But before we jump into the show, gotta ask the question, have you signed up to be a part of the Secret Podience Society?
Yeah,
I just love that.
It is, I like that echo. It's an awesome group we established just for you. There's going to be secret messages.
It doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Why doesn't that work for me? There's,
you know, Tommy, maybe it's the way. Okay, hold on. You just got it. Take a deep breath. That's way too deep. Okay, and I'll do it first just to show you. Okay, it just comes out very naturally. You know, like the Fonz. I go, the Secret Podience Society. See, just like that. It's like hitting a jukebox, buddy. Try it.
Can I let the breath out?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so it's the...
Don't.
Secret Podience Society.
Buddy, don't do that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Look, there's still going to be secret messages and a chance to win stuff and a decoder ring, even if it doesn't echo. So sign up.
There you go. Sign up.
You just think you're so cool because you echo.
Well, hey, that's my middle name when I was in high school. Echo.
No, it wasn't. I went to high school with you.
Good evening. This is Alec Baldwin, and I call this meeting of the Secret Podience Society to order. Members, gather your secret decoder rings now. There isn't much time. Also, get a notepad and a pen and something to bite down on because this week's message is a doozy. For the winner of this week's prize will receive a brand new Skit Guys t-shirt to wear to your next family reunion. Even though you don't want to go there, you should still look awesome while you're there. Here we go. Secret Podience Society, ready your rings. Don them on the sixth finger of your second hand. This week's top secret message is 2, 5, 25, 18, 15, 16, 18, 22, 22, 3, 24, 7, 4. Submit your response to this week's message by sending an email to secret@skitguys.com. A winner will be drawn and revealed on our very next podcast. And remember, it's never too late to join the Secret Podience Society. Go to skitguys.com/podcast to get your secret decoder ring and join the most top secret of secret societies. I'm Alec Baldwin, and you're not.
So you doing okay? How's life? How's life?
Fantastic. It's great. Couldn't be better.
You seemed a little weird today. When we had lunch today,
yeah,
we were eating and we were talking, and your eyes were all jumpy. They were all jumpy. What's going on? They were all jumpy. What's happening?
I had that dream again.
Ooh.
The one with the marshmallows.
Wait, the one with the what?
Marshmallows.
Yeah, but you call that one a scary dream, right? That's your scary dream?
Well, they're giant marshmallows.
But you know, Ghostbusters had a giant marshmallow.
That's a marshmallow man. These are giant. Right. It's like, have you ever been to Sonic and they have those little tater tot guys? It's like that, but he's a marshmallow.
What is the marshmallows doing in your dream? Because that would seem like that would be a very nice, pleasant dream, not a scary, fearful dream.
One of them is a barista, and
the marshmallow's a barista. Like you're drinking coffee or something, and a barista marshmallow comes up to you.
No, that's just it. I don't want coffee in this dream, which is why it scares me. I always want coffee. And there's a giant marshmallow man who's a barista, and he always misspells my name on my cup, but I don't even want to drink of coffee. And we're always at this coffee shop that is not really a coffee shop. It's actually a place where they make circus peanuts. And I don't know why we're even there. And so he keeps calling out. The marshmallow guy keeps calling out. He's all like, Tony. And like, it's
Tommy
not
or Tony?
That's
Is he
right.
calling
That's
you
it.
Tony?
He says Tony, and it's Tommy. And then I want to correct him, but I go to reach for it, and I can't reach the cup because my arms are short. They're tiny. Like they're the size of like a fish arms, if they fish had arms. And then all of a sudden, the marshmallow man turns into this...
Ernie Hudson?
Yeah. Ernie Hudson.
I've heard the story before, buddy. Yeah. Ernie
And
Hudson
so-
from Ghostbusters.
Yeah. And I don't know what to do about it, you know? And then he looks at me and then somebody taps me on the shoulder and I turn around and it's Ernie Hudson on the other side of me, okay? And
So there's
then,
two Ernie Hudsons?
Yeah. And then he's all like giving me advice about my lawn and what I need to do. And then he's like, hey, call this card. And he hands me this card and there's no number on it. And I keep looking at him and I keep going, who am I going to call? You know, and he's like, it's right there. And I'm like, who am I going to call? You know?
Right.
And then he starts to say, who am I going to call? And I wake up.
So Ray Parker Jr. never kicks in with the song or anything?
Why would you... That doesn't have anything to do with
Ernie Hudson is from Ghostbusters. Marshmallow Man is from Ghostbusters.
But it's
all Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call?
Yeah, but he's telling me about my lawn.
Da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Da-da-da-da. I ain't afraid of no ghost. See?
That song is... Oh, that's
Is it
creepy.
Is it
Did
it?
I
Was
tell
that in
you
your
that
dream?
song? That song was in my dream.
Oh, buddy. You've seen Ghostbusters. You're just getting Ghostbusters and this dream. It's convoluted. That's what's happening.
That's creepy is what it is.
I'm fearful for you. I'm fearful for your brain, actually. I'm
I
not
can't
really
even
fearful.
go down the aisle in the grocery store where the tiny marshmallows are now.
Tom, do you eat marshmallows, the white things? Do you eat them before you go to bed?
No. No. I have s'mores sometimes, and sometimes I have Rice Krispie treats. But I don't eat marshmallows.
Oh, buddy.
And when I do s'mores, I burn the marshmallows every time to make sure they're dead.
Just to make it fun, who are you going to call?
Stop. That's not funny.
Who are you going to call?
No.
Hey, by the end of this podcast, you are going to face your fears. Do you understand me, young man? You're going to face your fears.
I'm not.
Yes. Speaking of fear, that's probably a great place to segue into our first segment because fear
I'm
is
not
the
afraid
theme
of
this
segways.
Well, see, that's good. That's good.
I don't know how they work, but I'm not afraid of them. I don't know why they don't fall down.
Do you have any fears? Like legitimately, like we do life with our audience. What's a fear of yours? Like a legitimate fear?
Like in real? I don't know. I'm not a real fearful guy. I'm a kind of like Thor.
Okay.
Without the long hair.
Okay. But.
Yeah.
Was it 2 summers ago? We were wherever we go, we run. Okay, we find places to run. Do you remember running in Florida in that marshy area where the trails were very, very limited? Yeah, and it was like an episode of Lost, wasn't it?
Oh god!
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that because we jumped over a snake.
We jumped over a snake. There were ticks on our legs. And
it was starting to rain and lightning.
And that sound. Do you remember that sound?
We were running as fast as we could to get back to the car through this very narrow trail. And off in the distance, like maybe 20 yards away, we heard just this. It was like something you would, seriously, not even joking, it's something I would think I would hear on Jurassic Park. Like they had just released a velociraptor. And we both stopped. Did we stop or did we just keep running?
No, we both stopped because it scared us to death. I mean,
we stopped.
We were 2 grown men totally scared. You're totally right. I can remember that sound as if it was yesterday. It stopped us in our tracks and we froze and we're looking around to see if something else was going to move. It would remind me of the episode like on Lost where they heard a sound and it kind of echoed and...
This was the best part because we both responded differently because your thought was it could be a person And my thought was, it was an animal. And so you thought we should be as quiet as possible because somebody could be coming after us. And I thought we should be as loud as possible so the animal would go the other direction. And so I started making a ton of noise and you were real quiet.
Yes, you did. That's right. You did make noise. And I was like, this could be deliverance all over again. Stop. Do you remember that one time I got lost? Like I literally got lost. I got lost out there. Yeah. I'd ran about 8 miles, and I got a little afraid because the sun was going down, and I didn't know. And you had to come get me with the car and the GPS. It was kind of scary.
Right. Yeah.
Well, okay. Do you remember the first scary movie you ever saw that just freaked you out? Like just fear. It was just scary.
It was probably A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Every town has an Elm Street.
Yeah. That was your first scary movie?
It probably was, because I didn't see a lot. And so it was probably in high school and I saw it. And then later on, I had a dream and Freddy Krueger was in the dream. And that was creepy because that's the whole point of the movie. So then you wake up and you go, wait, was that just a dream or was Freddy actually in there? I remember, I talk about being scared. I remember going to the fair one time with my older sister, and I wasn't old enough to go into the freak show. But I looked under the tent and saw some of the people in there, and that creeped me out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there was people with claw hands.
Nah, stop.
I'm not making it up. I'm being honest.
Claw hands.
I'm just saying.
Let's talk about some fears. I'm going to give you a list of random and weird fears, and it's a little game. Audience, you can play along. I'm going to give you a list of fears, Tommy. You can be the voice of the audience. Here's the first one. Agoraphobia.
Afraid of really bad, gory things.
No. It's fear of crossing the street.
That makes
Have you ever
sense.
seen someone clinging on to light posts going, no? That's agoraphobia.
Not in real life, no.
Huh?
Not in real life.
Oh, it happens. Just you wait, Henry Higgins. Look around next time. You'll see him grabbing on. And then you could go, oh, you're one of those agoraphobia people. Or agoraphobics.
Where do they get the name?
I feel bad.
That has nothing to do with even streets.
I just feel bad. Someone may be listening that's afraid to cross the street.
It sounds like somebody's afraid of like gory movies.
I know, right? But it's not. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Pantherophobia.
Like people who are afraid to leave here and go over there.
Pantherophobia?
Yeah. Or
No.
maybe it's people who have been there and done that.
Or pent their emotions up, huh?
Ooh, yeah. Is that what it is?
Pent
Emotions?
their emotions?
Is that their emotions?
No, it has nothing to do with that. So what's your final answer? What's your final answer?
Afraid of therapy that has to do with using pens.
Ooh, wrong again. Wrong again. Wrong on all counts, friend. Wrong on all counts.
Whatever it is, I feel like I probably have it.
Fear of your mother-in-law.
Yep, I have it.
Okay.
No, I don't really have a good mother-in-law. It's okay, though. She doesn't know how to use technology, so she's not listening to this.
Okay. Panero, I don't even know how to say this one. Tyrannophobia.
People who are afraid to read things off a piece of paper because they might mispronounce them.
No. No.
Say it again. What is it? I'm gonna figure this one out. Say it again.
Tyrannophobia.
People afraid of Canada.
No.
Oh,
That's funny though. No. Fear of being tickled by feathers.
Oh man.
Huh?
That's creepy.
Can
Can you really be afraid of that? Like, I get it. Like that would be obnoxious, but afraid of it? Like what? I don't get that.
Okay. I'm going to get this so wrong, but it's onatophobia.
Oh, no, you said that right. Yeah. It's that's the fear of somewhere, somehow a duck is watching you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I have that.
Do you have that?
I have that. I got it when I went to, it was weird. We went to Disney World when I was a kid. And it was like every time I turned around, Donald was just like standing there looking around corners. And ever since then, I've had that fear.
Okay, this one would be something, Tommy, that both of us have discovered. Both of us. Okay, so I really want you to listen to this. Okay, but you and I are both guilty of this.
I'm closing my eyes and thinking.
Okay, okay, ready? Erythrobutyrophobia. Erythrobutyrophobia. I'll say it again. Erythrobutyrophobia.
The way you're saying it makes me think maybe it's the fear of saying things while you have been shot up with Novocaine.
No. Listen again. Erythrobutyrophobia.
Say it again.
Erythrobutyrophobia.
One more time.
No.
Please?
No.
Just one more time and I'm going to figure it out.
Erythrobutyrophobia.
Oh, man. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yeah. When I have these saltine crackers with this brown hydrogenated oil, I get the erythrobutyrophobia a whole bunch.
Oh, well, your sentence kind of gave it away.
What is it?
It's a fear of sardines.
Brown hydrogenated oil?
On crackers?
It's peanut butter, buddy. The fear of peanut butter being stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Oh, the fear of peanut butter being stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
I guess that's what dogs have.
No, well, that's just funny.
It is funny. I love to watch that.
Yeah. All right. Last one.
Yeah.
Phobophobia. Think it through. Phobophobia.
Oh, that's the fear of fears. Fear of fear? Phobia?
You did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got brains.
Buddy. Oh. I
got brains.
See, look at you. So we were talking about the movies, and how fear gets conjured up. And usually in movies or in Hollywood or even in books, that fear is primarily communicated by monsters or people trying to do harm, which are really monsters. But in real life, fear is rarely that simple. We all have different fears. There's 4 basic fears. Tommy, do you know any of them?
No.
You have a minor in psychology, right? Is that right?
Minorly, yeah.
Okay, so what from the classes and the courses you took? Just try to guess one of them. Just try to obvious. What's an obvious one?
Loss of life, loss of control, loss of connection, loss of emotional or physical function. Those are the 4 primary functions that we're afraid of.
Where did that come from, Rain Man?
Just stuck in my head is the Rain Man moment.
Okay, what were the other ones? You said loss of life, loss of control.
Loss of control, like we as humans, we need things to be in control, and we need to feel like we're in control.
So don't confuse that with loss of bodily functions, like when you get scared and you pee your pants.
That's a loss of control. That's an example of one.
So you'd be afraid. So there's major to minors in these categories. Loss of life.
Right.
You or somebody you love passes away or dies.
Right.
Loss of control.
Right.
Losing control or,
loss of connection. Like we're going to.
What does that mean?
Like you're going to be disconnected from everything, from life. We don't want to lose. It's one of the reasons that Facebook and social media is so popular, because it keeps us connected, and we as humans need community, and so there's this loss of connection is a great fear. It's why you go somewhere with your smartphone, and eventually you're going to end up checking a status or checking something, because you got to remember, and it's probably worse now than ever, because feel like we need to be connected 24/7.
That's good. That's really good. What was the other one?
Loss of emotional or physical function.
Wait. So like when you get older?
Yeah, it could be when you get older, or it could be like if you think about the fact, you've ever had a dream and you were so scared you went to scream and nothing came out? Ooh. And that fear, you lost that physical function. You lost that ability to make noise, and that makes it even that much more scary.
Wow, buddy, you're good at these. Very, very good. Very, very good. So those are the 4, and we can live out of those or not live out of those, or we kind of dip our feet into those at certain different times. So very, very good.
Eddie, do you have any recurring dreams and anything?
I do. I have a recurring dream about. Don't laugh at me, okay?
I can't promise that.
Okay. So, here's my recurring nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm sliding down a bobsled, and my teeth, to stop myself, I'm using my teeth to scrape against the ice.
That's awful.
And then my teeth fall out, and I fall off the bobsled.
That made my mouth hurt. Thank you.
2 Timothy 1:7 says what?
It says
2 Timothy 1:7
Captain Crunch peanut butter is the best.
No, it says the Spirit of the Lord is not of fear, but of power, love, sound mind. Tell me, Dr. Phil, what does sound mind mean? What does sound mind mean?
I'll tell you right now, sound mind, if I had to scratch a cat and kick him and lick a tail, I'll tell you right now.
Wait, I think it's Hey Kill, ladies and gentlemen. Is this Hey Kill?
Bobby,
Hey, Kill.
dadgummit, Bobby, quit telling me about your dreams. I don't want to hear that. Dreams are not for sharing.
But dad. 2 Timothy 1:7. So what does that look like?
Well, let me ask you. Okay, so I covered the things, the natural fears that we have. All right. So if we're gonna have a sound mind, we're gonna trust God. Help me with this. If I have a fear of loss of life, where do I turn?
Hold on. Let me go to my brain. Beep boop 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 beep boop. Oh, I don't even need to make the sound effects. I don't need to do that.
No,
when
go
I can
ahead.
Echo.
It sounds pretty good when you do that.
Okay.
It sounds pretty real.
Beep. Beep boop 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 boop. Oh, that's John 11:25.
Which says,
Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. Boom.
Very nice. Okay, so if you're afraid of dying, then you need to go to the one who is in charge of life and death and who says, you know what, it's not about here, it's about eternity. Good point. Okay, what about a loss of control? What if that's your fear?
Hold on. Let me go to my brain. Hold on.
If you don't know, just say you don't know.
I do know. It's a common one.
Yeah.
A good one. Jeremiah 29:11. I'll help you out. For I know the
plans I have for you declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Boom. Jeremiah 29:11. We're never actually in control. So we really need to just go to the one who is in control, and then we don't have to fear.
That's good.
All right, next one. Loss of we just did that one. Loss of connection.
Hold on. Oh, this is a tougher one. Hold on.
For those of you who have forgotten what we were talking about while the beep boops was going on, it was loss of connection.
Hebrews 12:1. That's a good one, right?
It's a great one.
Since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, community, faith, legacy, we must get rid of every weight and the sin that clings so closely and run with the endurance the race set out for us.
Yep. That's a good one.
Run the race, baby. Run the race. Put down that phone and run the race.
Put it down. Okay, last one. Loss of emotional or physical function. Conjunction junction. What's your function?
Hooking up cars and making a living.
I don't think that's the words.
Oh, I think it is. I think it may be.
I think it's hooking up clauses and phrases.
And making a living. Because he has to make a living.
Okay.
Because he's a bill. He's a bill on Capitol Hill. He has to do that, right?
You're mixing them up now. No.
Right? No. He's a bill.
He's
Capitol
a person,
Hill.
place, or thing. Okay, so it was loss of emotional or physical function.
1 Corinthians 10:13. Duh.
What's that?
No trial has overtaken you that is not faced by others, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tried beyond what you are able to bear, but with the trial will also provide a way out so that you may be able to endure it. Let me say that again. No trial has overtaken you that is not faced by others. So there's comfort in that. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tried beyond what you're able to bear, but with the trial will also provide a way out so that you may be able to endure it. Ooh, that's good. That's rich.
He is faithful, more than faithful, to accomplish what concerns me today.
That's not so good. That's not so good. No, it's not so good.
We used to sing that in church.
Sorry. Maybe it's better when the other person sings it or the girl sings it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Let's go to social media real quick and see what they think about fears. We asked the audience, what is the biggest source of fear in your life, and how do you bear with it? How do you deal with it? And thank you so much for responding. So, Tom, you want to read some of these?
Yeah. Let's see. Courtney said, fear of inadequacy. I have to look up and know that he didn't carry me this far to drop me. He does love me.
That's good.
That's
very good.
Is that her boyfriend or husband?
God.
Oh, okay.
God.
That's me. Sorry. Sabrina says she's afraid of June bugs.
Well, who wouldn't be afraid of June bugs? Kids are afraid of June bugs.
My daughter's afraid of June bugs.
My daughters are.
But it's because you don't call them tickle bugs anymore. We used to call them tickle bugs. You can't be afraid of a tickle bug.
Well, we call them June bugs now because they're just... And then when they land on a certain area, they get everywhere.
Yeah, and then they tickle. Miriam says, I try to avoid my fear.
I always ask the question to my daughters, and like my daughter went to adventure camp last week, and there was rope climbing courses and all kinds of stuff. And these fifth graders, some of them didn't want to climb the ropes course, and I just asked them the same question, because they were afraid, and they'd look up at this huge mammoth rock climbing wall and going, I don't want to do it. And I go, hey, why
are you such a baby? Is that what you'd ask them?
No.
That's what I would have done. Why are you such a baby? Climb that rope.
No.
Worked for my dad.
I would say shame you to climb that rope. I would say, what do you do with fear? And they'd go, I don't know. And I say, you conquer it.
Oh, what do you do?
You conquer your fear. So I don't know if you avoid it as much as you go through it and you conquer it.
But sometimes fear is healthy, right? Like if you're afraid of running with scissors, that's a good fear because you could fall and hurt yourself.
Well, sure. There's things that you don't touch the stove because it's hot. Yeah, there's a fear of being burned, So there are fears that I get. Are those fears though that you would avoid, or is that just common sense?
I don't know, but common sense isn't common anymore.
It's an interesting statement though, Miriam. I try to avoid my fear. Like, it seems like you'd want to conquer your fears and deal with fears and avoid things that could be harmful.
But there's some things you can't face. Like I can't face my fear of ducks staring at me. Michael Guzman says he has a fear of public nudity.
Then he says, I combat this by wearing 3 sets of clothes at the same time. Can't be too careful. Well, with the last name of Guzman, you should.
I think you can be too careful. I think if you're wearing 3 sets of clothes because you're afraid of being nude in public, I think you're being too careful there, Michael.
Well, you have to search those places out too, don't you? I mean, public nudity. Who does that? Except like in Ireland, right? Am I right?
Okay, moving on. Abby says, I'm afraid of what others think about me quite often. I think that's a very somewhat universal fear, don't you think?
I do, yeah. That's a hard thing to conquer and to get over. What I tell my girls, what's so interesting, in 5th grade, kids, and it happens all years. I'm trying to prepare my girls instead of trying to push them away, but prepare for this kind of stuff. But to prepare them to go, hey, when someone talks bad about you, what's going on? And they're hurting people. Mm-hmm. They're insecure people, or they wouldn't be saying bad things. Hurt people. So see what it's worth, and then don't let those words sink into the very marrow of who you are. Because why would you let someone as insecure, saying hateful things about you, take control over who you are, instead of going, oh, you're just a hurting person. I'm not going to let you have that much control over me like that.
That's a good word. I think that is a hard thing especially for kids to understand. I've talked to my kids about that too. And man, it still doesn't keep the words from hurting, you know? So,
yeah,
but it's great wisdom, dude. It's real truth, you know? Hurt people do hurt people.
And Abby, thanks for being vulnerable there. That was intimacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for
Abby. If
you
you're wondering what we think of you, we think you're great and we appreciate you sharing.
Yeah. We're glad you're a part of our audience. John Collins says this: old ladies behind the wheel.
That's nice.
Oh, but
that's not true. John, that's rude.
It's so true.
That's not true. That's not nice, John.
But that can be a fear.
Well,
you know, because you don't know. Sometimes, Tommy. Sometimes there is an age limit, and some of them shouldn't be on the road. I'm just saying.
Okay, moving on. Heather says she has fears about my kids and their choices in life. That's a genuine fear. I get that. You get that, Ed?
Oh boy, yeah.
But I like her follow-up, which is, I remember that they are not mine. They belong to God.
It's beautiful.
Heather?
Yep.
There's a lot of instances in the Old Testament where people that belong to God made poor choices and bad things happen. So that's going to help you.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Buddy.
I'm just saying.
Buddy.
I'm just saying.
What's that about?
I'm just saying.
What's that about?
Well, what happens if they make a bad choice and something bad happens?
She remembers that they are not hers, but they're God's.
I'm just saying.
And they deal with it.
I'm just saying.
Kids are kids. Kids are kids. It's true. And kids will do things only kids will do. And moms are moms, and they know what's good for kids.
I like kids. Kids like kicks for what they've got. Moms like kicks for what they're not.
Okay. Steve Hay says this: feeling incompetent as a pastor and being perceived as incompetent as a pastor, which is strange because that is not how my congregation thinks of me. That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And you could feeling incompetent as a blank and being perceived as incompetent as a blank.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
you could put anything in there.
As a parent, as a child, as
friend,
whatever your job is. Yep. As a friend.
Husband, wife.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And I love the follow-up, which is strange because that is not how my congregation thinks of me.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny how we play those old tapes in our head? I mean, that's a fear in itself. Allowing those old tapes of whatever those critics were in our past to just play and play and play. And isn't it funny, no matter how healthy you can get and you can bask in God's love, it is interesting that it's like Satan just hits his hand on the play button and we relive things and words said about us that are not true, that are not even biblical, but we kind of buy into those lies.
Yeah. It is, and it's interesting because the term incompetent means that I'm failing at doing something. I'm not able to do something. And I think that this fear goes back to the fact that we really think it's about us and what we're doing. And I think the answer to this fear is going, you know what? Anything great that happens in this life is God. Anything that is worth it, it's God. We got to trust him more and quit saying, you know what, it's about what I do.
There's no trial that has overtaken you that is not faced by others. He's faithful. He's going to help you out, give you a route that'll provide a way out that you may be able to endure it.
You were doing spoken word for a second there.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Boom,
you were like,
boom,
a way
boom.
out, no doubt.
Keeping it cool.
Rob,
going
one
to
last
school.
one real quick. Rob Powers says, chickens, they're unpredictable and dangerous. I usually just run.
Have you ever had a chicken chase you?
No. Have you?
Okay. No, but it reminded me of something, and I'll be vulnerable again, okay? I was in Oklahoma. We were filming some stuff. I went to run on down there in Oklahoma City, that little trail. Okay?
The one that's by the
hotel or whatever.
Oh yeah, down by the river.
You know what I'm talking about?
Down by the river.
Down
yeah.
by
Yeah.
Van down by the river over there.
Where
okay, I'm
my
not
van
joking.
is.
There's a bird. A bird started attack. Have you ever been attacked by a bird?
Yeah. I actually had a running path one time, and this bird had a nest, and it would like dive bomb me every time.
Yes.
And then I saw it happen to somebody else while I was driving, and I laughed so hard because it is so funny looking.
What did you do? What did you do when that bird is dive bombing you?
I ducked and I swatted at it.
Okay.
Why?
All right.
And then I did a 360 in-air mid-kick and killed it.
Okay. All right.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
I went, no!
You turned into Stuart?
And I got I got one arm. I'm running. I'm pumping with one arm, trying to run fast, and I'm swatting with the other. And my voice is a high shrill, and I don't know why. It's that fear thing. I can't get manly. So I couldn't at that moment get manly. And I fast forward the tape because, you know, I do want to control things. And all I can think about is I'm going to run 6 miles, but I got to come back. That bird's going to attack me again. So in the moment of fear right there, I'm also thinking, what am I going to, I'm going to have to see this bird again. And wouldn't you know it, it attacked me again. And I was no better the second time around.
Dude, okay, honestly, when it happened to me, I was thinking about all the cars that were driving by and thinking, how must I look? So I really was trying to muster up, how do you look cool, keep running, while a bird is dive bombing you? And there's really not a good answer. But then when I did see it happen to somebody else, I laughed hard. It was a hard laugh.
Well,
but that other guy, he deserved it.
Hey, Podians, thanks for sending us viewer mail. We're so appreciative of you doing life with us. And thanks for being so honest and real. That was so great, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that.
And thanks for sending viewer mail, even though you're not viewing us because you can't see us. But thank you for that.
It's viewer mail. Or how I like to call it, social media in us. You know, you're in the social media and you're media in us, you know? And I think that really connects to people.
Buddy, I think that's going to catch on. It just rolls right off your tongue.
Podians, follow us on social media, and we'll be every week we'll be giving some questions. Or every other week we'll be giving questions. We'd love to hear your responses. Thank you for these responses on these questions. They're beautiful. Thanks for being open and honest and funny So that is going to be it. We need to wrap this sucker up.
Yeah, you know what? You can head over to iTunes and give us a rating and a review. That helps us a lot. If you would do that for us, it will make us love you more than my dog loves peanut butter, because she does love her some peanut butter.
Don't forget to go to skitguys.com/podcast and sign up to become a member of our Secret Decoder Society. Our Secret Decoder Society.
Yes, our secret
It doesn't work, buddy. You can't even drop it like it's hot or say the word. Do it ASAP so you don't miss any secret correspondences or chances to win Skit Guy swag.
Hey, I'm Tommy. He's Eddie.
And I'm Eddie.
We're the Skit
Guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. And Ernie Hudson, if you're out there, I'll see you in my dreams.
The Skit Guys podcast is brought to you by skitguys.com, where you can always watch their videos for free and peruse all things Skit Guys. Tune in next week for another thrilling episode of the Skit Guys podcast. Until then, live long and lie prostrate.